Time to search for the spot to rest.
So, wir gehen wieder. Es ist Wochenende, das muss schmecken. So ist es. Okay. Denn manchmal muss man auch für den guten Geschmack mit Fructoseintoleranz in den sauren Apfel beißen. Mhm. Ja, ja.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
Okay. Begin resting.
Well, is there any news from Crotus? When should we expect the end of the world? This week or maybe next?
Crotus does not speak of his plans, but the end of times is inevitable. Does it matter when?
Apfel, verstehst du? Apfel. Okay. If my calculations are correct, Moon Day should be 2 days from now. Cobalt Alchemist.
Keep your eyes open.
Bam. Oh. Quite a few. How far? Okay, this looks good. This looks very good. This looks... Oh no. Okay. Fireball! Very nice. Okay, they are too far away. Too far away for charge, but not for her. Let's go. Dead. So they don't give us that much experience, but it's something. Okay, it's something. We can sell some of this stuff as well. Let's go! Okay. So now we take another rest. Alright.
If you want my opinion, you weren't wrong to tear up your suitor's poem. Some verse deserves nothing better. Same for their authors.
I couldn't control myself, and control is essential for a fighter. But still, I do not regret what I did. My place was not with the worshippers of Shelley.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So, our somewhat poor somewhat Team. Ich habe nicht gepollert. Kingdom affairs. Please don't tell me to go back to the throne room. Triumph. Very nice. Over a glass of wine, the counselor told the board all about the complicated history of the barony and aroused his interest in the history of the region. In the week that passed, the poet composed a ballad about the stolen lands, and he's performing it in the central square of the capital. I don't have time to go there. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so this should be Sunday, right? So we go there to the secluded lodge. We check the time again. It should be Sunday. It is Sunday. So Sunday morning. Good. On Monday, yes. Okay, we head off for the Shrine of Lamashtu. Then we're going to rest there once or twice for time to pass, so we get to Moonday. So here we go.
Paladins of Shellin are taught to sing, draw, and play musical instruments. Why don't you sing sometime when we can?
I don't care to. I've had enough of singing and playing music. It's a useless waste of time. I'd rather hone my sword or check over my armor again. You can't fight off forest bandits with a song.
Morgen ist auch Baby Yoda Tag wieder. Kann das dann leider erst nachmittags gucken. Come on. Okay, let's enter the location. This should be it. Damn! Du musst auch noch Folgen gucken. Ja, Kagi. Ja? Halt dich mal ran. Fräulein. Du nicht, ja? Studium ist ja schön und gut, aber... I'm ready, Kasten. Let's get those cultists. Look, Your Grace, the cultist. Come to me, Lamashtu's children. Today we praise our great mother who imbued Adela's club with. Praise the mother of beasts, a glorious day. We are here, Lamashtu. Lamashtu favors us. She blessed the pack with a new cup, a beautiful female cup marked with the goddess and yes, at least praise the secret. Yeah, when Lamashtu's mark on her body, I've seen a cup. The goddess took cup mother's life as a payment. But was worth as female life, blah blah. Okay. Yeah. They are. Yeah. Praise the mother of monsters. I cut my hand off. Pass me the knife. Okay, they are pretty insane. Yes, pretty much, yes.
To victory!
I think a fireball is too far away. Oh, we can move. Okay. Let's go. That was a nice hit. Okay, it's too far away. But in the next phase we can get there. Okay, shit.
A clever ploy.
Jetzt ist überall Zucker. Hast du rumgematscht? Frau Quaganova. Sauerei gemacht.
Good, you get.
Ja, muss mal wohl jemand kräftig durchwischen, ne? What? Curse upon you, Lammstube, Adventure, Children. Jetzt jetet der einfach! Haltet ihn auf!
Let us strike as one.
Der jetet der einfach. Nice.
Repent.
Nice one. Nice. Hells, one escaped. We need to catch him, otherwise another altar will soon appear someplace else. Yep. Alright. Bloodstained piece of manuscript. We're going to read this. Info. Crushing bone. Hear me. Each word I speak shall turn to stone. The world shall shudder at my word. The world shall open your eyes and see. The world becomes beautiful. Burnt forests stretching to the horizon. Mounds of bodies. Blackened skies. Skulls littering the coast like gravel. I, the one who renders the flesh of her enemies, take in this beauty. All living beings tremble at my sight. Bow to me. Search. Search the children of Shellen. Tear them apart. Destroy them. No, transform them. Grant them the gift of rebirth. Let them become beautiful, befitting the beauty I shall bring into this world. O great Lamashtu, the eater of hearts, reveal your truth to us. We hear your call. All of you shall live in a better world. Curse Pazuzu, the flying worm. He shall fall in this war. Soon, myriads of warriors under my command. The mountains themselves shall crumble at our feet. Burn all, make the world beautiful. The ground thirsts for blood. I thirst for beauty. Give birth to beasts. I shall... Okay. Okay. My Baroness, we have to catch the fleeing cultist. Okay, let's go. Go. Wherever he went. He can't have gone far. The triumph over the wicked Lamashtu cultists proved incomplete. Some villain or villainess had slipped away under the cover of darkness and into a narrow gorge amongst the rocks. Without a second thought, our brave Baroness, loyal Keston, and the comrades in arms rushed after the fleeing figure. The figure, clad in black, was barely visible in the dark. The villain had gotten far ahead of us. At the last moment, the Baroness noticed their prey had turned aside and disappeared behind the rocks. Dexterity? Mobility? After they decided to take a shortcut to catch the cultists by surprise, the party started climbing up the stone ridge. Succeeded. Climbing in the darkness is a difficult task. It's not a joke when you try to catch a stable rock and hear the small stones crumble under your feet. Several times it seemed our heroes were out of luck, but their stubbornness and the thought of the runaway cultists gloating about eluding them gave them strength. Moments later, we were at the top. So our heroes found themselves at the top, and just in time, the cultist, barely visible in the darkness, was threading his way through the gorge directly beneath them. It seemed the cultist was focused on finding his footing. He didn't notice his pursuers perched above him, giving the Baroness a chance to strike. What will our heroes do next? Choose character? Can I choose character? Dexterity? Send the swiftest and most agile ahead down to unstable slope in the hopes of cutting the runaway off. Can I choose a character? Yes. Yes, we can. Succeeded. The boulders rumbling down the slope, the column of dust and the triumphant cries from above. That would be enough for Lamshtu herself to turn tail. The cultist wasn't any better. He lost his footing and his escape turned into an awkward tumble, causing him to trip and stumble amongst the rocks. Darkness failed to cover the peculiar way the runaway walked. The robbed figure was limping badly, dragging their right leg. Despite that, the cultist vanished into the darkness without a trace. The party followed to the edge of the plateau, where the flatlands. As our brave heroes reached the edge of the plateau, the vastness of the Canelands opened before them, an ocean of high grass as far as the eye could see. A beautiful sight, but finding our quarry in this green scene, it would prove impossible. With our heads down and hopes lost, we descended to where a small streamlet flowed amongst the stones. And then, there before us, good fortune. In his haste, our villain had run through the high grass, leaving a trail for all to see. The party immediately set off, driven by a single desire, to capture the criminal who dared to escape the punishment of the Baroness and had led us on this unwelcome chase. We moved as swiftly as we could, but even the ground seemed to fight us. Rock gave way to mud which grew deeper as we marched on and seemed to grab at our boots. Even the wind began to rise, lashing at our cloaks, and the foul scent filled the air. Sure signs we were heading towards the Null Marches. We came from the Canelands and to okay. Through the southern Null Marches. Soaking wet and exhausted, our heroes came upon a cabin at the edge of a swamp. According to Keston, it was a hunter's lodge owned by Doomra, a hunter who lived there alone and was known for her great temper and little patience. It also looked as if it might be a place where the cultists would seek shelter. It was unlikely the runaway would brave the depths of the Null Marches in the middle of the night. So the Baroness pushed open the door and stepped inside, letting a touch of the cold night air in. The end times are nigh. We are ready! The lodge is lit with only a few candles on the tables and the counter. Shadows lie thick around the room. A number of people are here. A well-dressed couple at one of the tables. A girl in simple dress dozes near the opposite wall, and at the counter is an untidy dwarf. She's wiping the mugs and glaring at you. From the half-open kitchen door, you hear the clanging of pans upon metal, presumably a stove. Keston looks around with a heavy gaze. Things have gone from bad to worse. We must find the cultists before they flee, and we have no idea what they look like. The people in the lodge look surprised and concerned. Each seems to recognize you and ask themselves, what is the ruler of these lands doing here at such a late hour, flanked by armed guards? Keston's hand falls to his weapon. Your Grace, I'm ready to make an arrest, but if you wish to investigate further before making a decision, I'll make sure no one leaves the lodge until you give the order. I'd like to look around and speak with these people. Maybe I'll find something. Okay, we already know the cultist has a wounded leg, so it shouldn't be that hard to determine who he is. As you command, Your Grace. No one will leave this house. I'll make sure of that. Keston looks around the hall once again. My advice, take their room keys. Their personal belongings speak their owner's intent, often more than their masters would like. Time for Detective Mora. Let's talk to the innkeeper first. Dumra looks at you without a word. I'm looking for someone, can you help? Dumra gives you a sullen glance. It seems she's not too happy to talk with you, but she doesn't dare refuse it openly. A cultist of Lamashtu is hiding in your lodge. I have to find them. Dumra stares at you for a moment, then utters a hoarse chuckle. One of Lamashtu's own? That's quite a story you've spun, your grace. Next you'll tell me I'm holding Rovagok down in the cellar. And what's your proof that I hide cultists? Several hours walk from your lodge is a shrine of Lamashtu. Baroness, enough! The dwarf clasps her hand. Here in the Stonelands you can't swing a dead cat without hitting some goblin's nest or cursed ruins, or a shrine of something foul. There are footprints leading to your lodge. So what? All come to this lodge every day, both from the flatlands and the swamps. Your lodge is the only house in the neighborhood. And, she lifts her chin, is it a bad thing to provide shelter for those who lost? I'm not going to argue with you. Do you know who your guests are? Why should I? Dumra tilts her head, her eyes appraising you. I'm not their ward. They come, they pay for a bed, they keep quiet. Why would I care who they are? A crime has happened, Dumra. I need your help to find the culprit. So what did this culprit do wrong? Dumra's voice becomes thick. Corners of her mouth curve down. Shot a deer in someone's lands, and now the criminal has to run away as if she was an animal herself. Whatever it is, leave me out of it. Do you remember when they came to your lodge at least? Dumra closes her eyes, trying to recall. I went to check on my tabs. Some people arrived when I was away, so I can't tell for sure, your grace. Do you let everyone into your house? Dumra's face turns red. What are you hinting at, huh? Your guests, Dumra. Do you allow anyone who asks to spend a night here? Dumra blinks several times, pondering your words. Of course, everyone. What else am I expected I do? Pick who gets a warm spot near the fireplace and who gets left out in the rain? I've let in you and your thugs, though you've put a terror on my other guests. Okay, back to my other question. How many people are there in the lodge now, except for you? Watch yourself. There are 3 of them all sitting over there. Dumra nods towards her guests. That one at the kitchen, guessing she's the servant to these 2 noble folk. They look to be carrying all the coin. I'd like to examine your room, Dumra. Dumra hands tighten to fists, but she keeps them on her hips. She says nothing, merely stares at you defiantly. Listen, the sooner I cross you out of the suspect list, the sooner I'll leave you alone. Do me a favor and give me your room key, and all this will be over before you know it. Dumra is silent for a moment, then nods and pulls an old, age-darkened key from her belt. Your way, then. Your eyes narrow. But have a care. No digging through my undergarments, or I'll have your hands on hooks. You hear? You go. Die Dumra ist schon mega zickig. High Sass, auf jeden Fall. High Sass. Aber ich glaube, ich glaube nicht, dass sie tatsächlich derjenige ist, den wir verfolgt haben. Aber vielleicht steckt sie auf andere Arten mit den Sektenleuten unter einer Decke. And who the fuck is this? Kitchen stove? Something's burning inside the stove. It was thrown in the fire not long ago. They are trying to burn the evidence. No. They're trying to burn the evidence. The kitchen servant is busy grinding herbs within the mortar. She's wearing a dress soiled with dark stains, and her hair is knotted in a bun with a few stray hairs poking free. Succeeded at a stealth check. The woman doesn't appear to notice you as she makes her way to the stove. You notice she's limping badly on her right leg. Before you can speak, she turns, sees you, and freezes. Who are you? Name's Sana. I cook for Tedrims, nobles from Restov. She wipes her hands with her apron. What will it be? What can you tell me about your masters? Sana frowns, no quicker road to trouble. Talking about masters to this, she glances at your clothes and sighs. How would you like it if your servants were all a gossip about you? They pay regular, not stingy with the coin. They don't yell much, so I count myself fortunate. Why are you here, you think? Wait. Why are they here, you think? None of my business. Might be they have things to do, but I wouldn't know it. I meant I cook, and I serve when we're needed. Alright, that's enough about the Tedrims. We are looking for a criminal who may have fled this way. Have you seen anyone suspicious? What can be seen here, you say? Sana snorts. Ask Dumra, she runs the house, she does. The hostess of the lodge doesn't mind you cooking at her kitchen. As if she came here often herself, she throws up her hands. Filth piled in corners, the floor sandal deep in dirt. Had to work my fingers to bones to clean the kitchen before I could start a proper meal in this. Curls her lip. This cow shed. Has anyone come into the kitchen recently? Only Dumra came, she frowns, no doubt checking to see if I'm not palming the silver, as if there's anything worth stealing here. So there's not. That's all I need. What are you cooking, Sana? She throws a glance at the stove. That there's for tomorrow, she hesitates. Tomorrow's midday meal it is. Peek into the stew pot. You take the lid off the pan. Some brew boils inside. It looks strange and smells odd. You lean over, smell the stew, and immediately flinch. The acrid stink of vinegar feels like a punch in the face. Besides, you can smell some strange spice, which would be appropriate in a dessert, but not in a first course of dinner. Alright, I won't trouble you any longer. You have my thanks. I need the key to your room. Room? She raises an eyebrow. I don't have a room. Kept here in the kitchen. Bed's a bench. Still warm enough though. Okay, she's high sus. She's high sus. Perception back door. Oh shit, there's a back door here. The back door was used recently. Something is burning inside the stove. I can't check the stove. I can't check the fire. Okay. So, also sie ist heißers, ja? Sie ist heißers. Olika. A young woman stands before you, wearing a plain dress and a hooded cloak. Her belly is swollen, she's pregnant, and her time is near. Okay, I don't think she was the one on the run. Your Grace, it's an honor. The woman bows and stares at you with shining eyes. Or maybe she fakes being pregnant with a you know? I thought I'd never be able to thank you in person for your kindness, but gods were kind to me. You must have forgotten already, but it was you who discovered my husband's body, a trader, died on one of his trips. You found a brooch and a letter on his body, and I had it sent to me. A cushion. Yeah, of course, a cushion. He touches turquoise brooch pinned to her dress. The brooch is familiar to you. You made it possible that the last gift from my husband had found its way home. There's not enough words in the world for how grateful I am. What are you doing here? I am taking what rest I can after a long day on the road, Your Grace. I'm a widow. Olika stops short. I've barely had 2 seasons to mourn my husband, and he left me with child, and in difficult times like these. I've got a sister in Gralton. God bless her. She agrees to give me a shelter in her house, so I went there. There was nowhere else to go. A memory of Olika's letter emerges from the depths of your mind. She mentioned her son in that letter, but now there is no child by her mother. It's odd that Olika, who's been planning to stay at Gralton, didn't bring her son with her. Where are you from? From Gauld, your grace. I'm from a tiny village near the tracts. Guess no one here ever heard about this place. Knowledge word check. You recall the location of Gauld and Gralton. As far as you know, stolen lands lay aside from the places Olika had named. Olika high sus as well. Are you planning to stay in Gralton? Olika hesitates. I don't know yet, she answers. But if things turn out well, why not? It was a long journey for you. Olika shrugs. I have little coin, your grace, so I have to beg traders on the road to ride in their carts. I spend nights anywhere I have to. This place is at least warm and dry. Let's talk about something else. Of course, your grace. I'm looking for a cultist of a dark goddess. Can you help me? Olika pales. Cultists? That's horrible. But how can I help you? Have you seen anything suspicious tonight? Olika shakes her head slowly. No, I don't think so. Do you know anyone in this hall? First time I've seen these people was when I'd stepped over the threshold of this lodge. Do you know who came to the lodge last? Olika frowns. I heard a noise from the kitchen. It was like something fell on the floor, and then this grumpy old lady, Doomra, came out. Talk about something else. I need a key to your room. Olika hesitates, then takes a key out from her cloak and hands it to you without a word. I should go. Okay, so she's high sus as well.